Now we be the voice that got talk true. For the language on they so for silence.
Hello, my people. You're welcome once again to Voices of Vigilance, the arena for activists and active citizens. We know the fear to bring it to you as it be. Yes, today on will be another explosive ride where we go dive into Wahala with the choke for Niger for the past 1 week through the eyes of active voices. So if you get any drink now, make you bring and close because the time don't reach. We will go give you, knock you better Tori. Today on, go day hot as usual. For last week, we get plenty talk about this JAMB Wahala. We won't blow up the internet. Yes, plenty people chook mouth for inside. One person even buy for inside self. I know say you don't hear plenty about them, but my own work here today is to remind you and summarize all those stories, make a massive go make sense to you. Yeah, that be my job. So today again, we go bring you talk about Madoka Cosmos, what they call Coscharis, what you talk about Nigeria and Nigerians. You know, say a very passionate speaker. That man sabi talk, but you know they talk all the time. But when he talk, na hammer, boa. We go even bring you waiting Aisha Yusufu talk about Nnamdi Kanu for inside this episode. So you go hear all those things put together. We're not going to waste your time now. Make we come start proper. Our first story today na the gbege wey scatter social media last week concerning JAMB exam palaver. Yes, the 2025 JAMB result don't show as we know. Inside about 1.9 students will take that exam. Almost 1.5 no reach 200 marks out of the 400 where they are available. Students and parents, they para, say they never see this kind of failure before.
Look at parents, everybody is upset. High performing students are scoring 140 something in JAMB. 140 something, 130 something.
People shout.
Nigerians, please, we all have to come out. We all have to just voice this out. JAMB has killed me. JAMB needs to release my results. Like, I'm not even going to accept this. I literally knew what I wrote. Everything I wrote. I knew everything. People are getting older every year. They can't keep repeating exams every year. People are getting older. You are playing with our career. You are playing with our academics. You are playing with our effort. Like, you are messing us up. This is not fair. Nigerian government, I literally had valid reasons for picking every answer I picked on that exam. JAMB officials, you both should come out and explain. Students can't be failing every year. It's a lie. It's a lie. I don't believe this. You guys can't keep making money from the citizens every year. It's just bullshit. JAMB officials, you people are terrible. You people are terrible. Like, for how long will this continue? For how long? For how long? What is going on? What is happening? What is happening? This is not my score. I knew what I wrote. I can beat my chest and say I knew what I wrote. You people are just terrible. After studying back and forth, after having sleepless nights, is this what I get? Is this what I get? JAMB! Jesus, like, I don't even know what to say. 144? 144? Like, how? How is that even possible? Students can't keep failing. There are brilliant students out there. JAMB, stop this bullshit. It is not fair. It is not nice. Like, I can't even believe my own results. I can't believe it. I know my effort. We have families who believe in us. We have families. We have loved ones. Jesus.
Hello everyone. I want to talk about JAMB 2025. Last year I wrote JAMB. I got a score of 297 and I registered for system engineering in UNILAG, but due to some hitches in Positiemi and WAEC, I could not go there. So this year I wrote JAMB. I came prepared. I had studied over 25 past questions. Just to wake up this morning and check my JAMB result, and I got 155, which is very ridiculous because in the first place, all the mock and CBT exams that I've written, I have never ever gotten less than 250, which is very surprising and shocking that JAMB can give me a score of 155. I don't know what to say, and I want everyone in Nigeria to speak up on this because this is not the result. I've heard many complaints from Twitter and from different social media apps that people that did very well last year, that are capable of doing very well, are getting extremely low marks. Like me, because I had my exam on Monday the 28th, and it's like most people on that Monday they had problems because my system logged me out two times. So I don't know, maybe as it logged me out, the answer maybe submitted for me or something. So I really want to know what the problem is with JAMB. JAMB should be able to tell us what the problem is, and like where someone like me can drop from 297 to 155, which is painful because I don't know who is going to answer me now or where this message. But please, I want everybody to come together. If you are facing this same trouble as me, let's come together because we need to speak up. This cannot go like this.
This is to confirm what my daughter has just said. First, I want Nigerians to know that JAMB has been so good for some time, but this year something serious, something is wrong with them.
The Ministry of Education for Nigeria will be Dr. Tunji Alausa even come TV, come bold say people fail because their system now watertight. Say na gbege, say it hard to do my practice, and that is why people they shout now.
Exam that is based that it's been foolproof for people to cheat. So this is an exam that is done, monitored, coordinated with the highest level of integrity.
For inside social media, plenty people don't blame students, say most of them fail because they know they read book. That's why they fail. Even they chance are pokey, even chook mouth inside can't explain why students they fail exam. Listen.
Now, we must realize that this examination is usually done before the West African Examination Council Certificate Examination, or SSCE examination. And so the syllabus in some schools have not been completed. We must also realize that these exams are computer based and they are different from the West African Examination Council exams that are written, handwritten, and have different units. Practicals, multiple choice questions, then the theoretical questions. And so the chances of passing is higher in the WAEC compared to the one-time examination of the UTME. The next thing is that candidates might not be used to computers. And then, like a technologically backward nation like ours, computers might falter. They might have glitches, just like our electoral process. And so, but comparing the results with other years, the difference is not much. What is causing the 8,000 complaints out of the millions that did the exams is that some brilliant candidates got marks that they did not anticipate.
It can't be said that thing will happen. We make plenty people fail for that exam. Not only for Southeast and Lagos State where the thing happen. Chai, people come they vex. They wonder what thing will happen. What thing cause that kind of thing where it be for? Where it be say not only these two places where the thing will affect. Even self, ASU, University of Nigeria and Soka for their branch from Soka come vex. Say they must take JAMB to court to go explain why that kind of thing will happen for Southeast and Lagos alone. As if that one no do, one human rights lawyer, where they call Evans Ufeli, can drag JAMB and the Ministry of Education go court to charge them for the damages of 10 billion naira for all the wahala where they don't cause them. As this one they happen, Oga Pata for JAMB will be Ishak. Oloyede can apologize, say that thing will happen, a mistake from JAMB.
As registrar of JAMB, I hold myself personally responsible including for the negligence of the service provider. And I unreservedly apologize for it. And the trauma it has affected Nigerians to, directly or indirectly.
Him dey beg everybody wey that thing affect, say make they no vex. He say that thing wey happen na technical glitch. Technical glitch again. 379,997 students for inside 157 centers, especially for inside Lagos and Southeast, they affected. That cry, weighing cry, contour some people for her too. Some they hail your gag bata say, in get courage to own up for that responsibility.
I mean, first of all, I want to say that I am impressed. I am encouraged by the attitude of the JAMB Registrar General. JAMB has always been an institution. I like how they manage their setbacks and how they come back with clear evidence. I mean, something went wrong. He invited experts. I was invited. They presented the data to us. We reviewed what the contractor did. We saw the challenges. We did a serious test of all the states in Nigeria were randomly tested to see whether this problem was outside of these 6 focal states. And it turned out it was only in those 6 states. But what was interesting is that JAMB could have doubled down, because if you look at the past 10 years of JAMB result, this result was actually consistent with the past 10 years.
Yeah, the registrar
about
said that
75, 76%, always score below 200%. But what happened this time around is that some of the high-performing states kind of turned in odd results. So that kind of triggered something must have happened here. And a particular school sent me their report. 45 students from their school took the exam. 33 took it on the days that were problems, because deep swallowing was not every day. By Monday of the exam, 27th, I think they had already fixed the problem. The contractor had fixed the upload syncing problem. So those ones got their better results. So when we went through it, we used various models to regress it, and we were convinced that this was an error. While everybody is lamenting about the error and saying, JAMB shouldn't have, I said, we shouldn't give the false impression that technology means that nothing can go wrong. And because we were all here when NASA, one of the best run agencies in the world that sends aircraft to space, had the Challenger experience. Just as it was about to take off, it blew up. And years after, still had the Columbia experience when it was re-entering the Earth. And all the issues that happened to both the Challenger and the Columbia were found to have been highlighted along the path by some staff. So technology is not a be-all and end-all because you use technology. There are bound to be issues. But when those issues happen, how do you go about resolving it? I like that JAMB went out to the stakeholders, the Computer Association of Nigeria, Parents Teachers Association, proprietors of school owners, National Association of Nigerian Students, non-governmental organizations like ours, and say, come with us and review this data and let's see what has happened. That for me is the example that government in Nigeria should buy. And the most important for me was the fact that Professor Loyode had so much empathy for the students involved. I thought his emotional breakdown was more of the empathy. Just thinking that one student, even if it is one, that could have been wrongly treated, that is a failure for him as a teacher. And in most of our conversations, in fact, we lasted these 3 days because he kept insisting on retesting every state. Now, people said, why don't you just mark the answer scripts of the students? So what people don't know about JAMB is that, and I just knew a little of that, is that questions are personalized. So if the question is Nigeria, in which continent is Nigeria? A is Africa. That will be my A. In your own B will be Africa. Your own C will be Africa. Yeah. So there is no one answer for the question.
For everybody.
For everybody. You have to individually read the scripts to find the answer.
But for some people, that one no be joke matter at all. In fact, some parents say they must drag JAMB go court, especially as one 19-year-old student will be Temilehi Faith Okpesusi can die for inside Lagos because of this JAMB matter. Say she no fit take am. That one come dey like say they take petrol pour for inside fire, especially as JAMB can release that tweet for X. Even VeryDarkMan wey be no one talk before, he can't chook mouth inside.
Alright, so I didn't want to say anything about this JAMB until I saw this very irresponsible and insensitive tweet from JAMB, right? It says, man proposes, God disposes. It has been established that a technical glitch affected 157 centers out of the 887 centers in the 2025 VTME. This was basically responsible for the general low performance of the candidates scheduled to sit the examination in those areas. As such, all the affected candidates will be contacted to reprint their examination slips towards retaking their examination starting from 16th May 2025. Man proposes, God disposes. That is what you can say to this girl that cried herself because of your glitch. It says, sad, 19-year-old girl Temilehi Faith Okpesusi commit buying herself in Lagos over low score of UTME. Man proposes, God disposes. This is what you can say to all those children that you people are depressed because of your incompetence that you call a glitch. When do we stop making excuses for incompetence in Nigeria, for crying out loud? When? Because make it make sense. These people came out to say out of 1.9 million students that wrote JAMB, 1.5 million failed. And some people were mocking these children online, saying, nah, children now TikTok, now they do, now why all of them fail. You people were laughing. Now they don't say na glitch. Who are they going to hold responsible? One girl don't buy herself. And I want to believe, I want to check what is in this girl's mind now, right? Rest in peace to her. This is a girl that maybe she don't take her time, study. Morning, afternoon, night, to show, say, yes, I'm going to pass this JAMB. I'm going to be a distinction in this JAMB. And after all her study and sweat, una glitch can't give her low score that drove that girl to depression, that made her by herself. How many other students will be feeling this way? And you are coming now to say man proposes, God disposes. It's the Nigerian system I blame and the incompetent government we have. It's just the Nigerian system, nothing. Because by now, if to say all those children, they don't like JAMB lawsuits, make all their families start to write lawsuits against JAMB. Una for no get mind to write man proposes, God disposes. Whoever is behind this tweet, I'm sorry to say, but you're a very foolish person.
No be only VDM took mouth for inside that matter. Even Aisha Yusufu say she the suspect say monkey hand enter inside soup, especially for Southeast and Lagos.
I think I know myself. I'm one person, I hate conspiracy theories. I don't like sit down and just, oh, this is because of this, it's because of this, happening. Those kind, you find one thing and say, oh, this thing. But there are certain times when they say, the witch cried in the morning and the child died in the evening, that there must be certain correlation. JAMB, I mean, I've looked at, and for me, I'm very mindful and with all sense of responsibility when I say things. I make sure that as much as possible they are factual, or what I see being reported. That JAMB, this whole JAMB failing of students was mainly orchestrated in the southeastern part of Nigeria and in some parts of Lagos where people from the southeastern part of Nigeria are domiciled. Usually these are, kind of conspiracy theories people are talking about, like, I beg, but this is too much. Remember the other time when they did this, I think it was the loan, whether the loan that was being loaned, and there was no university from the southeastern part of the country. that as of that time, I don't know whether they've rectified it now. You know, we did talk about it because many of the problems that happen in Nigeria, we don't even get to follow through and ensure that, you know, what's happening there. This is crazy. That it is not just to say, oh, this is a general JAMB thing, you understand? But now that it was actually directed to one region, now this one has gone beyond be careful. Yeah, it really has gone. Just like we saw the so-called glitch that happened during presidential election, where it did not affect House of Representative members election. It did not affect senators election, even though they were done the same day, the same time. The results were being uploaded at the same minutes, within the same seconds and minutes. It was only presidential election that was affected. And there was a statement that the so-called Minister of Education made. And he said that it was measures that they had put in place to stop cheating that led to the mass failure. That means that something was actually done to create that mass failure, because that's what he admitted. I remember talking about that. I was like, what's wrong with this person? I mean, people have failed. Instead of you to look at the fact that the educational system, you know, there's a problem with it, that people are failing this massively. It's in one of these videos that I've done. And then you're coming to say that it was measures. So now it makes sense. Because what he more or less have alluded to is that there was a deliberate sabotage to get certain children who are teenagers, who have done nothing wrong to anybody, who are living their life, their innocence. You want to take it away. What kind of a sick nation does that to its own children? You want to eat your children. Who does that?
This one come make people they call for the resignation of Oga for JAMB. Say Oga for JAMB must resign.
I am asking you, Tinubu, this is happening in your government. You know that this is happening in your government. JAMB register must resign. I demand they resign. JAMB register must resign. If not, we will never forget. We will never forgive. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Tinubu, you will not be present forever. JAMB register must resign. And the children, they have to write the exam Friday, Monday. It's too urgent. We are not going to take it. They must give them time to prepare the exam, because I know JAMB is going to write another question paper for them. They must allow them to prepare for the exam so that they can write the exam. Or that place they did the error, they should go and bring out all their results and paste it. We will never forgive.
Now this one make we come chook eye for inside performance of students, especially for JAMB for the past 10 years. Come see say this thing no be today where it start. Oh, if you look inside this graphic, you go see say now since 2016 now so fail students they fail. You go even see say no be even 2025 where students fail pass. Now 2021. But wetin make people they para this time they say they like saying that the people where they pass before and then begin fail for this time. Now it make people they para. True. This graphic suppose open government eye to see say snake don't enter for touch roof for inside the education sector. As we don't look the graphic finish, it gets some other ogbonge question where people they ask.
But let me ask the first question. What happened to resignation? How do we understand, or how are we going to know that these mistakes have not been occurring before? How do we come to believe you or believe JAMB that before they have not been failing people who pass? This is a call for resignation. If it is another country, you don't need to come out to start sharing tears on press briefing. You tender your resignation letter and bring it for everybody to say, I've made a mistake and I don't think I am fit to continue this because of my mistake. Let me step aside. The people will consider your stance. They will do proper investigation. What happened? Because Nigerians don't reason. Most Nigerians, they don't ask questions. I want to ask you people, what happened? Everybody is just watching the man. Maybe they could say it's a technical glitch or there is a problem. Ask question. What is the name of the problem? Show us the data. How does it happen? Let us call our independent investigators to investigate if this is a computer-based problem or human error. we are in 2025. You people can manipulate people through emotions and so on and so forth. We've seen a lot of people who fainted in press briefing when they are being accused of corruption. When this incident happened, JAMB did not come out to react. It was professors and academians in Anambra State that took this case up, and the demand for review day before yesterday here. It's not up to 3 days the demand for review. This man is coming out to cry. Oh, there was a problem, okay, as you assume, and you could not notice it until they demand review and you started crying. I can never be manipulated by all these things. Listen, I want to ask this second question. Why is it that it is only Igbo-dominated places? By the way, I'm not from 5 Southeast states that was affected. I am not from Lagos. But this is a call for people to pay attention to what is going on in Nigeria. Pay attention. Okay, before now, we were told that if you have Islamic certificate or Sharia certificate that is equivalent to secondary school, you can enter school with it. Are we going to enter school ourselves, university, with catechism class or school of evangelization class that is equivalent to secondary school? The answer is no. Nigerians, ask questions and use logic. Now, the cutoff mark of people from other part of the country are different from the south. If you are going to study medicine, maybe you are from Maiduguri, you score 150, you can study medicine. But if you are from Anambra or Abia State, even 250 can take you to medicine. Use logic, okay? Now, this problem occur only 5 eastern states. Go and fact check me. This problem occur in only 5 eastern states. Why? I want you.
Now, what do you think? Put them for inside comment section.